property of some bodies due to which it attracts is called electric charge. In our childhood, we have done experiment that when we bring a comb towards a paper, then it will attract toward the comb. The property of attraction is studied in the electrostatics. Hello students, I am Ishwar Choudhary, and in this lecture we will study about electrostatics. So what is the electrostatics? Electrostatics is the branch of electromagnetism. The study of charge is called electromagnetism, and the electromagnetism is divided into two parts. First is electrostatics and second one is electrodynamics. When the charge is in rest, then the study of charge is called electrostatics. And when the charge is in motion, then the study of charge is called electrodynamics. So our concern is electrostatics. Now question arises, what is the charge? What do you mean by charge? Charge is the property of a body due to which it experiences or produces electric and magnetic field. It means due to charge, any body can produce electric field and magnetic field or properties. Now let's talk about structure of atom. So there are three particles in the atom. First one is electrons, second one is proton, and third is neutron. The electrons have negative charges, the protons have positive charge, and neutron, as the name indicates, neutron has zero charge or they are neutral. Unit of charge. So the SI unit of charge is coulomb, and the CGS unit of the charge is ESU, electrostatic units. It is also called state coulomb. And the relation between coulomb and state coulomb is 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU. Another units are microcoulomb, millicoulomb, etc. 1 millicoulomb is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 coulomb, and 1 microcoulomb is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. Now mass of electron is equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. It is the lightest particle of an atom. Mass of proton is approximately equal to mass of neutron, although mass of neutron is slightly more than mass of proton, and it is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Now charge on electron has negative nature, minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and charge on proton has positive nature, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So charge on electron and charge on proton has equal magnitude but opposite nature. Dimensions of the charge. Dimension of the charge, actually charge can be written as Q is equal to current into time. So the dimensions will be M0, L0, current, dimension of current ampere, and dimension of time T. Then dimensions will be M0, L0, A1, T1. Okay. 5 मिनट लो क्या कर रही हो? Hello. Now we will study about property and types of charges. Now let's talk about types of charges. So there are two types of charges. First one is positive charge and other is negative charge. When the number of protons are more as compared to number of electrons, number of protons are greater than number of electrons, then the body is called positively charged. Okay, and number of protons, or number of positive ions is less than number of negative, then body is called negatively charged. Number of protons are less than number of electrons, then the body is called negatively charged. It means which charge is dominant, then the nature of charge will be according. For example, sodium. The electronic configuration of sodium is 2 at 1. Number of electrons there are 11 and number of protons are also 11. Actually, in a neutral body, number of electrons and number of protons are equal. Now, if we remove one electron from the sodium, then number of electrons will become 10. Number of electrons now 10. But number of protons, you can't remove proton from a body easily. So the number of protons will be same. Number of protons there is 11. So the number of electrons are less than the number of protons. Which is dominant? Positive charge is dominant over the negative charge. Then this body will become positively charged. Now let's take another example. Chlorine. The electronic configuration of chlorine is 2 at 7. Atomic number 17. 2 at 7. Number of electrons are 17 and number of protons are also 17. If it accepts one electron, then number of electrons will be 18. If it accepts one electron, then the number of electrons will become 18. But number of protons will be 17 as it is. There will be no change on the number of protons. Hence, which charge is dominant? Which charge is dominant? 18 or 17? So you can watch easily. Number of electrons greater than number of protons. Hence, the body will become negatively charged and it will written as Cl minus. Minus represent it has negatively charged and this plus represent it has positive charge. Now we study about the properties of charges. The property of charges, in our childhood we have done some experiment that we comb our ear and then the comb is come near to the paper and the paper is attracted towards the comb. This is the attraction property of charge. So first property of charge is a scalar quantity. In order to measure the charge, you don't have to measure the direction, but only you have to measure the magnitude. Charge is transferable. Charge can be transferred from one body to another body. And the body which donates the charge, its mass reduces, and the body which accepts the charge, the mass of that body will increase. It means the mass of positively charged body, if a body is neutral, then if it loses electrons, then its mass will reduce, and if it receives electrons, then its mass will increase. Charge is conserved for an isolated system. For an isolated system, the net charge is conserved. Either it is positive or negative, but net charge is conserved. It means charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. For example, suppose in an isolated system, I have three particles A, B, C. It have plus 1 coulomb charge, it has plus 2 coulomb charge, and it has plus 3 coulomb charge initially. Okay, if there will be exchange of charges, then net charge is 6 coulomb. So before interaction and after interaction, the total number of charge या total quantity of charge will remains constant. Okay, now charge is quantized. This is called quantization of charge. It means when we go to the shop to purchase the pen, then we cannot purchase 1.5, 2.5 pens. The shopkeeper will sell one pen, two pen, five pen, or a packet of pen, but he cannot or she cannot sell, and you cannot purchase the pen in the fraction. And similarly, the number of electrons exchange between two bodies will be a integer quantity and represent integer. You cannot exchange 1.5 electron, 2.5 electron, 1/3 electrons between two bodies. It means charge is quantized. Q is equal to plus minus any, plus or minus. Plus represent the body is giving the electrons, and negative represents the body is accepting the electrons. N is an integer, and E is the charge of one electron. Charge of one electron, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Here we will use the magnitude because the nature will represent by positive or negative. For an isolated system, net charge remains conserved or constant or same. Suppose a system has two bodies A and B, and it has plus 2 coulomb charge and it has plus 3 coulomb charge. If due to interaction between A and B, the charge on A becomes plus 4 coulomb, then what will be the charge on B after interaction? So we can calculate total charge before interaction is 5 coulomb. Before interaction 5 coulomb. So that charge after interaction should also be plus 5 coulomb. Hence, if the charge on A after interaction is plus 4 coulomb, then charge on the B must be 1 coulomb. So we can say charge before interaction between the bodies for an isolated system is equal to charge after interaction. This is the property of charge. Charge is always associated with mass. It means a body can exist without charge but cannot exist without mass. It means charge cannot exist without mass. Okay. Another property of charge is independent of speed of a body. But mass depends on changing the speed. The charge on a body does not change, but it must change. This is called Einstein's special theory of relativity. As the mass is the function of velocity, as the velocity changes, speed changes, mass of the body changes. M naught is the mass of body at rest, and it is also called rest mass. The rest mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. V is the speed of body, and C is the speed of light. when the speed of body approaches to the speed of light, it means actually practically in our day-to-day life we cannot approach to the speed of light, means speed is much less than speed of light. So in comparison of c square, v square is negligible. It means v square upon c square tends to 0, and in that case m is approximately equal to m naught. So in our day-to-day life we don't experience change in the mass. In general conception we assume that if we run then our mass should be decreased, but it slightly decreased in milligrams, so effect is negligible. There will be repulsion. There will be repulsion between two light charges. There will be repulsion. There will be repulsion between two light charges. Light charges means they have same nature, either positive or negative. It means two charges which have same nature always repel to each other, and there will be attraction, or we can say two opposite charges attract to each other, to one positive and one negative charge attract to each other. As like the human, there will be repulsion between same genders and there will be attraction in the opposite gender. लड़का लड़की की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होता है और लड़के लड़के के बीच में क्या होता है, लड़ाई. तो आप ऐसा बोल सकते हो कि सेम अगर नेचर रहेगा तो दुश्मनी, सेम में दुश्मनी, एनिमीज, और अपोजिट नेचर रहा तो लव, प्यार हो जाएगा भैया. अपोजिट वालों के बीच में प्यार होता है. ओके, तो दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी फॉर न्यूमेरिकल्स. सेम चार्जेस will repel to each other and opposite charges will attract to each other. For example, I have two charges. Q1 and Q2. Suppose they are like charges, both are positive. Then it will repel. इसको बोलेगा भाग साले भाग, और ये इसको भगाने की कोशिश करेगा. यानी कि पहला दूसरे पे फोर्स लगाएगा इधर और दूसरा पहले पे फोर्स लगाएगा इधर. नाउ द डायरेक्शन ऑफ बोथ द फोर्सेस विल बी अपोजिट, बट नेचर विल बी और मैग्नीट्यूड विल बी सेम. सो दिस विल बी रिपल्शन. नाउ इफ I take two charges Q1 and Q2, if I take two charges Q1 and Q2, both have opposite nature to each other. One is positive and one is negative. जैसे साउथ की फिल्मों में होता है, लड़का लड़की की तरफ, लड़की लड़के की तरफ. तो ये इसको क्या करेगा, खींचेगा अपनी तरफ, ये अपनी तरफ क्या करेगा, खींचेगा. तो ये इस पे कैसा फोर्स लगाएगा, देखो ये इसको क्या कर रहा है, रिपेल कर रहा है. तो भाई साहब ये भी रिपेल कर रहा है, पर ये इसको क्या करेगा, अट्रैक्ट करेगा अपनी ओर, अट्रैक्शन हो जाएगा. और ये क्या करेगा, इट विल ऑल्सो अट्रैक्ट द Q1. दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टी फॉर न्यूमेरिकल्स.